Hey y'all, greetings from New Orleans. I'm improvising here and I'm at my mom's house. This is my review for Celebrity Big Brother Season 3 finale. Now, CBS, they was tripping. So I could have been had this review out, but for some reason, CBS didn't have it up on their website. They didn't have it up on my YouTube TV. They didn't have it up on Hulu or Paramount Plus. So I was like, where am I gonna watch it? So I had to watch this bootleg video on YouTube, but they were zooming in and out the entire time. I took my notes, but I'm just still frustrated because I couldn't get like facial expressions or how the cast was acting when they brought out Team Too Much to announce the winner. But yeah, let's talk about this predictable ass episode. It was pretty boring. So this episode, thank God, was only an hour. They really just cut to the chase with this one because I think even producers was like, y'all, F it, we know who's gonna win. So we left off on the last episode. The remaining house guests find out that they're the final three. Cynthia, she's just happy to be there. She's surprised that she made it this far. I mean, she really did just coast through this and just came through because no one saw her as competition. She did not win a single thing in the house, a single thing. Todrick then comes out to Cynthia as a Big Brother fanatic. He said that I love this game. I think he said he invited the cookout after they won to a party or something. But he was saying this is why I played the game so well because I'm just such a fanatic. And Cynthia's like, oh, okay. And then Todrick takes this moment to brag and say that he's the only house guest that has not been put up for elimination and he wasn't backdoored. For once. I mean, he was a lying, scheming sissy throughout the entire competition. He was really scheming. So he did play the game good, but he played it dirty. And a wise person once said, you never win when you play dirty. So we still with Todrick and Cynthia, and Todrick is scheming already. I wonder if Misha see this. So he's scheming with Cynthia, saying that if Cynthia just so happens to win, he's saying that you should bring me with you in the final two because you have a better chance. He's really just trying to cover all his angles, but I will say he has a point. Like if Cynthia brings him to the top two with her, if she wins the head of household, it's a sure thing for her because in the back of Todrick's mind, he knows that nobody's gonna vote for him. And right after that, we get a plot twist. So we didn't see this, but the cameras caught Todrick and Misha scheming, and Todrick vouched for Cynthia to be in the top three because initially Misha was gonna keep Todd. Wow. It was smart for Misha to bring Cynthia because I think Todd probably would have won that final head of household and then voted out Misha, like he should have done in the first place. But yeah, like Todrick actually got Misha to keep Cynthia, so he kinda sorta kept his word to Carson to look out for Cynthia, but it was more so to like benefit himself. So I shouldn't really count it. Are we? Yeah, we're not gonna count that. So now we're back to present day and we see Todrick telling Cynthia that, yeah, I campaigned for you to be in the top three, so yeah, definitely, if you went head of household, you should take me with you. He's been double talking throughout the entire competition, but yet accused Shanna of doing the same thing. And also, I just read on Twitter when Shanna left and she said what she had to say about Todrick, he repeated something that her stalker said to her, and that was like the most worst time in her life. So yeah, that's another example of Todrick Hall's ain't shitness. But I'm really curious to think what Misha thought about Todrick, talking to Cynthia behind her back. Maybe she don't care because she won the whole game anyway. So now we are at the final HOH. And this game right here, it's a fun one. It's basically all the eliminated house guests with the exception of Chris Kattan saying two truths and a lie, and the players have to guess the lie. So I think anybody has a shot here of winning, even Cynthia. So the game starts, and look at Cynthia, she got a point on the board. So right now it's 0-1-1. But the third round comes, y'all, and Misha, of course, is in the lead. It's 1-1-3. 3. Now we're at round 5, and Cynthia, she needs to get some points on the board. Like, all she has is 1 point right now. Lord have mercy. And for the next 3 rounds, all 3 players got the answers wrong. So then Misha wins by default, with the final score being Todrick 1, Cynthia 1, Misha 3. With Misha winning head of household yet again. Yet again, at this point, we could just turn the TV off because we know who's going to win. With this win, she's guaranteed a spot in the top 2. I didn't know top 2 gets a cash prize too. I think it's $50,000. So you're just guaranteed that. But then we know she's going to bring Todrick with her and not Cynthia, because I really think if she brought Cynthia with her to the top 2, Misha would have lost. This chick has been a fucking juggernaut throughout this entire competition, and it still just blows my mind that nobody got her ass up out the house. Like, she kept saying that, like, oh yeah, this person is a threat, this person is a threat. Like, at this point, I mean, you can't even knock her because she deserved the win. She really did. And I would say I agree with Teddy. She was the lesser of 2 evils. So now we're down to the final elimination. Gee, I wonder who Misha's gonna pick. So then Cynthia and Todrick both have to have their speeches. And here we go with Todrick talking about race, which is a joke at this point. His name is Uncle Todd. Let's just say that. Uncle Todd wasting his breath saying all this bullshit when he knows Misha's gonna put him up with her in the top 2. So just save us this. Save it. Make it short and sweet. Cynthia says something, you know, she's just glad to be here. She never thought she'd make it this far. Good for her. And finally, Misha decides to evict Cynthia from the house, ending Cynthia's stay at Big Brother. She made it the top 3. She did not win a goddamn thing, but you know what? Cynthia, you remained yourself. You didn't really rock the boat too much. You had some good drama moments. I really enjoyed her on this show. I just wish she played the game a little bit better, that's all. Like, I really think next time they need to get celebrities that actually know how to play the game. So with Cynthia gone, we officially have the top 2, which is Team Too Much. That hard-faced heifer and the scheming sissy. So then Cynthia comes out to get interviewed by Julie Chen, and just hearing this interview, I really cannot wait till she watches the season back. So after Cynthia's interview, they bring out all the eliminated house guests. They bring Cynthia to the back because they want to surprise the eliminated house guests later. So Julie Chen does her best to try to interview the cast, and I gotta say the only thing that I got out of that, because I'm thinking that they were pressed for time, is Carson actually apologizes to Shanna, which was definitely warranted, and Shanna accepts. They then revealed to them who was eliminated, and it was Cynthia. Everyone was just like, oh man. And I understand the groaning because now they have to choose between the 2 biggest assholes in the house. I gotta say, this interview of the house guests was pretty underwhelming. There was just so many chances to like make it messier than it was. Like, Julie wasn't even asking the right questions. In this moment, I was actually wondering, where is Andy Cohen? Because he would have really gave us a good messy interview. And it's funny because I saw him tweet on Twitter that he wanted to interview the house guests. And I'm just like, damn, that was a missed opportunity. But yeah, other than that, like, nothing really was interesting about the interview aside from them all acknowledging that they did Shanna dirty. So with that, they now introduce the top 2 to the cast, and the top 2 now have to plead their case for them to vote for them. So here are the speeches. For Misha, I have blah and boring. For Todrick, we see him rehearsing that speech that he did in the live feed, which I know is like extremely disingenuous. And it actually went on pretty long to the point where Julie had to interrupt him and say, thank you, Todrick, thank you. And I really hope the cast saw through his bullshit ass speech. And because I was watching a bootleg version of YouTube, I missed the part where Todd Bridges rolled his eyes while Todrick was talking. So shout out to the people on Twitter that highlighted that, because that was an eye-rolling ass speech. That whole shit about race and then being inspired by the cookout. Like, you see all these black people in the final 4 and 5 and you align yourself with the one white person. Honestly, if you go back and look at his old videos, you'll see that he always craved an adjacency to whiteness. this. Can we just hurry this shit up and give it to Misha? So now we have the whole cast voting. They're bringing up their votes. They don't say who they vote for. They just put the key in, and then Julie announces who each house guest voted for. I will say at least we got some shade from the eliminated house guests while they were voting, particularly Teddy, of all people, throwing shade at Todrick with the little Wizard of Oz read. I think I heard her say that she tweeted that on Twitter, so then she just repeated it, so it was like my second time hearing it, but it was a good dig. And then of course you have Shanna, who, I don't even know who she was shading. I think she was shading both of them. Like, yeah, I hope with this, I never have to hear your voice again. And then we have Chris Kirkpatrick, who brought up his son and saying, yeah, my son will be proud of this decision because of what ain't shit Todrick told him. And then last we have Todd Bridges, who threw his little shade, saying that he know that they were talking about him after he was eliminated. And after that, we have Julie come up and tally the votes. We see that Cynthia was the only one that voted for Todrick for obvious reasons because she wasn't briefed on the scheme and sissy. So after one vote for Todrick, afterward it's just Misha, 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 Misha. Like, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. Yeah, and the look on Todrick's face is just like, it's just cracked. He can't really say anything. At least he got the 50 grand, I guess. He didn't get the big prize, but he still got something at least. But yeah, Todd, Lamar, Carson, Shanna, Chris, Mariah, all Misha. So then Misha wins to nobody's surprise. Nobody gets up to hug her. Nobody. Like, Julie had to let them know, oh, you guys can get up. You guys can get up. And you had the confetti. It was just so underwhelming, y'all, like, and sad. And I'm really pissed because I couldn't analyze the body language because of the way the bootleg was playing. It was zooming in and out, so I couldn't make out to what was happening. But it looked like not that many people went to congratulate Misha, not that many people hugged either of them. And yeah, of course, I would keep that same energy. Even Teddy, I'll give it to you, girl. You're still boring as fuck, but you kept that same energy. She just was like standing in the back while everybody was congratulating. I'd be like, yep, can I leave now? But it's not over yet. We have America's House Guest, which is basically fan favorite. And we found out that the top 3 was Lamar, Shanna, and Carson. And I wouldn't have been mad if Carson or Shanna got it, but Carson, without a doubt. Like I said in my first review, that he was just a breath of fresh air in the season. Like, he made the season entertaining. He's just a funny gay. Like, I really enjoyed his presence. It really made me change my mind of him because I kind of just thought he was really annoying on Drag Race. But yeah, I'm happy that Carson won. It's just $25,000. For him, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do with that? He said he's gonna donate a majority of that to charity, which I'm sure he needs the tax write-off because Carson, he's booked and busy. High key. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of the episode. Final thoughts. The season overall, I mean, I was still entertained. And I would definitely watch the next Celebrity Big Brother. But they definitely need to fix casting next time. Like, they need more house guests that know how to play the game, that are aware of Big Brother, who know who Julie Chen is. Lamar. Like, still, like, I really think it was such an easy game for Todrick and Misha to play because everybody was just so unknowledgeable of the game and they were easily manipulated. So yeah, we need some more type A's in this. Like, they needed at least 2 more type A personalities in the house because it's crazy that hard-faced heifer and scheming sissy was dominating the house. Them dominating the house just really made it not really competitive, you know, or exciting to watch. Still entertaining, just not really like exciting or like unpredictable, you know? Like, everything was pretty much predictable once we saw who the top 5 were. But anywho, y'all, let me know what y'all thought in the comments. I am so glad Todrick Hall is getting roasted on social media. Ooh, they got their foot on his neck. They coming for your ass, baby. But yeah, y'all, with that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next video. Bye.